Welcome to a special edition of Buddycast. Today's July 8th, so I don't have any guests for you guys today. I'm actually going to be chatting with myself a little bit here, but I'm not going to be crazy. Don't worry. It's July 8th, so it's a special day for me in a lot of ways. First off, a quick happy birthday shout out to my little brother Matthew, who turns 21 today. He is a fantastic little brother, and I'm so glad of the man he's matured into. He's truly a great example of what it means to be a buddy for others, and can't wait to celebrate with you, buddy. So, keep up the great work and celebrate tonight, but be responsible. Now, I want to tell you guys another thing. Today's also a so-so day for me. About 6 years ago, we lost the original Buddy. For those who don't know, 6 years ago, my grandfather passed away. And yes, it was on my brother's birthday. We do our best to focus on the celebration rather than the doom and gloom. But, deep in my heart, that's, it's a 2-part day, But I wanted to tell you about the original Buddy. The reason this show is a lot of what it is today, for example, the name, the chair, the fact that we listen to people's stories, it's all because of one special man. One man inspired this all. One man gave me the name. One man, gave me the inspiration to do a talk show from a recliner. If you haven't noticed, I call it the I'm not doing jack squat unless my girlfriend, wife, or boss tell me other, or girlfriend, mother, or boss tell me otherwise. 3,000. Don't have a wife yet. And it'd be kind of creepy if I had a wife and a girlfriend, But, so anyways, and he, like I said, he gave me the original name, Buddy, and he also inspired me to listen not to people, because that's what he did. So anyways, my grandfather, Robert Sharples, was my best buddy in life. He was, me and him were like this. Like, anytime I walked into a room, hey, my buddy's here. Guys, come here. I want you to meet my buddy. So, thanks, honey. So, anyways, he was the original Buddy. That's how I got the name Buddycast, because I was his buddy. No matter where we went, hey, bud, how you doing? Anytime I called him on the phone or he called me, hey, bud, how's it going? Anytime I walked into a room, hey, guys, come here. I want you to meet my buddy. Just, that was the name, and he didn't just call me the name, he lived it out. For example, he went through an ICU scare in around March of the year that he passed, and during that ICU scare, I woke him up with just using 2 words. Hey, Papa. And his eyes shot wide open, and that was after a nurse was doing rounds and having one-person conversation, and my grandmother, who he was married to, spoke and had another one-person conversation. He didn't even twitch. I say 2 words and his eyes shoot wide open. So that tells you how much I meant to him. So he lived that out. But that's how we got the name Buddycast. Because he was my buddy, and I want to be your buddy, That's why I call everyone on the show a buddy. I want to, we're talking with my good buddy so-and-so. We're talking with my new buddy so-and-so. I just, everyone on here is a buddy, no matter what. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, you're always a buddy on this show. And I want to make you feel like one, so I strive to do my best with that. That's how we got the name Buddycast. Like I said, he inspired me in many ways for this show. For example, the recliner. Anyone that knows my grandfather knows that he had a special recliner. It was his seat in the house. It was like Sheldon's spot, except without the all seriousness, because he would let others sit in it if he had to, But it was his iconic place. It was his. The amount of memories that I have sitting with him in the recliner, watching movies, just hanging out and chatting, just reading the newspaper with him, just something. Those are the childhood memories that you keep for your life. Those are the childhood memories that you cherish and wish your mind had like a DVD player or something so you could play them back over and over again. So that was that. He inspired the recliner. He inspired, the day my mom told me that, if you do this and this, I'll let you buy a recliner. I jumped. On it. We picked one out, and to this day, this is my favorite seat in the house. This is where I do my Buddycasts, I asked my friend who made my logo to put it in the logo, because that's how much it meant to me. What other talk show host does this from a recliner, And it's super comfy too. I've spent nights in it. I've spent nights where I've just been on the computer and just been like, I'm just going to turn in, and it was a very good sleep. So my original buddy inspired the recliner for sure. The other thing that that my grandfather inspired was the fact that everyone on this show is a buddy. Anyone that knew my grandfather or just met him knew that he treated you like you were automatically his friend. At parties, he sought out the person that was sitting alone, that was, by themselves. They're not the most popular at the party, and he made them feel like everyone else. He would always have a conversation with you and always tell you interesting stories. But not only that, he'd listen to you. He'd listen to how your day is going. He'd listen to your life story if he's just meeting you for the first time. He would listen to just whatever you had to say, whatever you had on your heart, just anything. That's why he was actually a top volunteer at a campaign center one time, and it was because he listened to the people when he called them. He made like at least 100 phone calls a day for this one candidate, and everyone loved him because he would just listen. How their day's going, how's the caller's day going? Why? What are they seeking for in this candidate, and why is this candidate the best for him? It wasn't just vote for this guy. This is what he's going to do. I'm going to read you off every fact and figure on the sheet. It was, well, here's what this candidate's doing for me, and here's what this candidate can do for you. And that's a true campaign right there. So that inspired me to create Buddycast, because I want to hear your story. I don't want to tell you all about my life story. You can hear that on my comedy page, my original Facebook page. You can look me up on the internet. You'll find things about me. But I want to hear your story. I like my grandfather. I want to hear what you have to say. I don't care if you're a big-time movie star, a local pilot, an archer, comedian, someone who's written a book, someone who's been in a documentary, someone who is a teacher, someone who just had a newborn baby. Whatever your situation is, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your story. Because your story is important. Your story matters. Just like my grandfather taught me, everyone has a story on this earth, and that story matters. So that's why I created Buddycast. I created Buddycast because I know everyone has a story, and I want to hear from them. So, and that's honestly going to be something that I have for you guys today. I have a new slogan that I'm going to end every show with. I've been looking for one for a while, and it hit me last night. It's actually hit me for a while, but I remembered it last night. At the end of every show, I'm going to end the show now with, now go out and be someone's buddy. Because everyone in this world needs a buddy. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done. Even if you're not the most favorable person on this earth. Even if you struggle with others. Even if you have gripes with others. Everyone needs a buddy. It's one thing I learned when I was in a ministry. That it's about being there for other people. It's about the fish philosophy, which involves being there for others. Everyone just needs a buddy on this earth. Even if you can just donate 5 minutes of your time to someone a day. Even if it's just a quick text message. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Just checking in on you. Just making sure things are okay, You never know what that's going to do to someone. That could save someone's life. That could honestly be the difference between someone having a great day and someone having a terrible day. All because of you. All because you reached out to them and just wanted to be their buddy. So that's what I have for you. That's my advice for you guys today. Be someone's buddy. As you notice in every Buddycast, I always ask people, and I do this on purpose, I ask everyone for their advice. What's your advice for anyone looking to go into stand-up comedy? What's your advice for someone who's looking to do a feel-good project like this? What's your advice for someone in a long-term relationship? What is your advice for etc., etc., etc.? You know, what's your advice? Because my grandfather was full of advice. Every time I call him, Papa, I've got a situation. I need some wisdom. He'd give me the best wisdom out there. He taught me everything, almost everything I know today. And if not, he gave me someone who taught me everything I know, and that's my mother. You know, she's taught me all of life lessons. How to be a gentleman, how to treat a lady, how to, how to be polite, how to, just everything, how to put up a fight. He fought lung cancer for over 10 years, lived on a lung and a half in that time period, and didn't give up until they finally said, there's nothing more you can do. And the day they told him that, he passed. So that shows you how much of a fight he put up. And that involved an ICU scare. So he taught me to keep fighting, keep moving forward, no matter what life throws at you. He truly gave me that situation of life will always knock you down, but you can choose to get back up. My grandfather taught me more to that saying. He taught me that it's not just about getting back up. It's about getting back up, brushing yourself off, tapping life on the shoulder and go, I didn't hear no bell, and continuing the fight until you knock life on the ground. That was my grandfather. Yes, my grandfather did so much more for me. Got me into the New York Yankees. Sorry for all you Yankee haters out there. Got me, just into everything that, he showed me old-time TV shows. Just all those simple memories that I'll always have from my buddy. That's what I want all of you to do out there today. So that's my advice to you. My advice to you today is my new slogan. Go and be someone's buddy. I have one more piece of advice for you that I'm going to explain real quickly, and then I'm going to expand on the other piece of advice. First piece of advice for all of you that may be grieving over a loss. Doesn't matter how long it's been. It could be 6 years like me. It could be 10 years. It could be yesterday. For all of you who are grieving over a loss, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to have those days where you just lay down, where you just need to lay down and just, something aggravates it. Someone, a memory, a song on the radio, a movie scene, just something reminds you of them. That's okay. It's natural. It's human. You don't have to be a rock wall. You don't have to be, just something that like shudders, I've got to be the strongest person on earth. They can't see me like this. Be yourself. Let those emotions out. So that's my piece of advice. But at the same time, build a legacy. Because that's what I'm doing. I promised my grandfather on his deathbed that I would finish college for him. Done. And that involved a semester with 18 credits, including a senior thesis. My advisor almost thought that was insane. But I said, hey, I'm going to do it. Anyone that I tell that to just looks at me and goes, how did you get through that semester? There was a point in that semester I was up for over 24 hours working on a project, but I did it. I did it because I made someone a promise, and I kept that promise. I held on to that promise and I kept it. And the day I received my diploma, I raced down to the cemetery and took a photo with him. Took a photo on his grave saying, yo, buddy, we did it. Promise kept. So always keep your promises. But my last piece of advice to you all today, because I'm going to make this a short Buddycast. My last advice to all of you out there today is go out and be someone's buddy. Like I said before, you never know who needs it most. You never know who needs just a shoulder to cry on, someone to hear them out, someone to hear their stories, someone to listen to, someone to support, Like I said, a kind word can save someone's life. A compliment could be the difference between someone having the worst day of their life and someone having the best day of their life. Just those simple acts of random kindness. Just go out and be someone's buddy. I don't care. Even if it's that friend you haven't talked to in 10 years, reach out to them today. Can you promise me you'll do that? I want all of you to say right here that you promise you can be someone's buddy today. I want you all to make that promise right here. You can put it in the comments, or you can say it to yourself, because I'm talking to myself right now. But go out and be someone's buddy. The world truly needs it, especially during this time, especially during the time of the pandemic, where you see all this negative concept. You see all this negative stuff about how people are frustrated with being cooped up at home, or, just this whole thing. Trust me, I do a lot of work on social media and see all of it. Just see all the comments about, like, open the county, we're tired of this stuff. This is all yada, yada, yada. This is bringing out the worst in people. So what people really need is a buddy, someone to listen to, someone to hear them out, someone that they can just chat with. And that's what I'm asking all of you, all of my buddies out there today to do. Go and be someone's buddy. Please. For me. For Buddycast. Think you could do that? Thank you for hearing me out today. We'll be back tomorrow with special guests. And again, this has been a segment of Buddycast. Thank you to my original buddy. Miss you every day, but I know that I'm building that legacy for you. Now, this has been another segment of Buddycast. I'm Nick Sorensen. Go out and be someone's buddy.